It is Charlie Kirk who was murdered because of his speech. Did Kimmel even talk about that? No. He lied. He blamed Kirk's supporters for his murder. Free speech. Wow. Free speech. Jimmy Kimmel. It's the Rosa Parks of our time, this guy. Oh, yeah. Mahatma Gandhi. Martin Luther King. Oh, yeah. All wrapped in one. One big fat slob. Excuse me. One great civil liberties patriot. Free speech. I even see some of our friends saying, no, this is free speech for Kimmel. Free speech. Well, I dare to object. First, let's listen to what he said before he was fired, and he, of course, has since been rehired. Because of the juggernaut, the groundswell in Hollywood. Nobody else gave a damn. In the media, nobody else gave a damn. This guy has no ratings. Now, maybe he had big ratings a day or two after he spoke. I believe he did. But it'll go down to where it was in very low numbers because he sucks. That's why. Well, I'm going to let you hear from Jimmy Kimmel himself because I doubt most of you heard what he had to say since most of you don't watch him. This was not that long after Charlie was assassinated. Now, let me ask you something. This is all done with forethought, planning, and plotting. He sits around with his writers. Typically, these guys have like 10 comedy writers. Did you know that? And they're trying to figure out what to say and how to say it. So this wasn't off the cuff. This was planned. This was strategic. He had to know there was a risk. He had to know there could be pushback. He had to know. But he did it anyway. Go.
He had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
First of all, that is a flat-out lie, and it is an attempt to politicize and exploit what took place in people who love Charlie and his supporters trying to upset them, and he succeeded. Now, is that free speech? Is that free speech? Is that constitutionally protected free speech under the First Amendment of the Constitution? There's a difference between constitutionally protected free speech and just free speech. The Kimmel suspension was never a battle over free speech or government control of speech. Kimmel was dropped because he's a loathsome punk who made a highly inappropriate comment about the political assassination of Charlie Kirk. It is Charlie Kirk who was murdered because of his speech. Did Kimmel even talk about that? No. He lied. He blamed Kirk's supporters for his murder. Certain types of speech do have consequences. Employers, ABC is a private company, Disney is a private company that employs Jimmy Kimmel. Employers can and do fire employees for things they say. I would ask you, most of you are employees, right? So if you say something that's outrageous or inappropriate or something of that kind, and you're fired, do you jump up and down and say, hey, my free speech rights, hey, my free speech rights? You are careful to some extent because you know if you don't have a governor on your mouth, you will be fired. Whether it's your free speech or not, it's irrelevant. Employers can and do fire employees for things they say. Each case and circumstance needs to be examined on its own. There's no broad brush corporate immunity for Kimmel, as some seem to suggest. What happened was that ABC dropped him at the time because of the immediate backlash and revulsion at Kimmel. The affiliates dropped the show. None of the broadcast companies are required to carry his show. If they drop his show, it's not a violation of free speech. The chairman of the FCC had no role in any of it, no matter what he said or didn't say. He can't even act on his own. He needs a majority of the commissioners. But he didn't actually do anything, so there's no First Amendment at issue, despite the best efforts to concoct one. None whatsoever.
For more, sign up for Levin TV.